Oops. Once again, curiosity got the better of me, and I was told about a video, and I was like, I gotta go see what this idiot has to say. In the old the paranoid farmer, he's no longer zombie fairy. He's been declared the paranoid farmer who doesn't farm by by Tech T. But I made a video saying that if you think this was fake or red flag or false flag, but you don't even know what half the words he uses means. Swear to God. He said that Trump was a living martyr. Explain that shit to me. Go ahead, I'll wait. Being that part of the definition of being a martyr is that you have to die. The literal definition. If you don't believe me, go read it. Twice. I did just to make sure. And, but how about this one for you? You know, as men, you know, we start to age and you get, you know, hair on your ears and shit that you trim. Or it's just as men in general, if you do shit, you cut your shit. Now, I'm not saying it was fake. What I am fucking saying is that head wounds bleed. Especially ears. Ears, if you nick your ear, it'll bleed for half an hour. I don't buy it. I mean, that's just me. I don't buy it. I took some of the high resolution pictures and zoomed in on them like a lot. I don't buy it. Sorry, that's just me. It's my opinion based off of my knowledge of wounds, how wounds act, even the way blood travels. So let's look at the blood on his face. You know, his ear's all bloody. There's a spot, you know, 3 or 4 inches, couple inches, where there's no blood, maybe a little smear at the bottom, and then there's streaks of blood down by his mouth. And if you look at it closely, it goes from light to where it looks like there's a bunch closer to his mouth, and the same on the bottom. But here's the thing: is my wife about, you know, just go further on this. My wife about a month ago, she got a cut on her head, and you know, the actual part that was an open wound was maybe the diameter, so left to right, not the diameter of a pencil. Probably not even that. Probably more like the radius. And you'd have thought she got shot in the fucking neck. As much blood was on her within 60 seconds. But Trump, now maybe it's because he's Jesus. Somebody said yesterday they're going to start calling him Jesus because he stopped the bullets. He's our savior, and like, listen, I'm on the path of believing that because of people like the paranoid farmer that try to hide. They run with the flock, man, like 100%. A couple of times throughout the past few years, you heard him mention Trump, normally in the back rooms of wherever where he was trying to gain the bargaining chip of his and use it toward his constituents, since he's an elected representative now, who and would say that I think Donald Trump was the greatest president in history. Well, paranoid farmer, why don't you tell us about some of the presidents in history? Why don't you tell us about all of them? Because how can you say that somebody's the greatest if you don't know everything there is to know about the rest of them? But it really has nothing to do with what he believes. He believes what the flock believes. He doesn't question anything, which was why he says, you're, you know, I forget the exact terminology he used, but basically you're a dumbass. I think dumbass might have been what he used. If you question this, look, here's how I look at it. My government's lied to me about way bigger fucking shit than an attempted assassination. on one person. And like, let's look at the facts of it. You have an open area, right? Have you guys looked at the top view photo of this place? And you have a few barns together, and that's kind of where he was making his speech. And then off in the distance, 130, 150 yards, there's another barn with a few other barns. And magically, none of the Secret Service snipers on the rooftops who had previously, before the president goes there, they go and they survey all these things. And they're like, if I was a sniper, where would I be? Where's the dumbest place to be? Where's the best place to be? Where could I just be? They do all that shit. Then there's people saying that they said for minutes they were telling the cops. Not, hey, there's a guy up there with a gun. For minutes they were telling the cops in Secret Service. And Secret Service is kind of like, la-di-da-di-da, what's going on today? Do-do-do-do-do. Hey, Billy, can I play with your pecker? Can I shine your boots? Kind of like Paranoid Farmer does. And then there's, allegedly 5 gunshots from him and then a couple from the Secret Service. Now, do I think that people got hurt there? Oh, definitely. 100%. 100% somebody died in the audience. 100% somebody was critically injured that was in the audience. I firmly believe that. Why? Because I'm smart enough to know my government would gladly fucking kill you to push the propaganda. 100% they would. I mean, go look at, what was it? Operation, was it Northwoods? Where they talked about running airplanes into buildings to gain support from the population in order to invade Cuba. I mean, come on. If you don't question everything your government does, number one, you're an idiot. Number two, you just haven't paid attention. I can't believe that everybody wouldn't question it. And question it. Look at it. I mean, look at just the we're doing my buddy a favor. He doesn't know we're doing. Shh, don't tell him. Did I get it right there? Yeah, we were more. I need to get more signs. We'll put them up on the obvious places first, and then we'll put them up in not so obvious places. Meaning obvious as in somebody might pull in here, versus not so obvious meaning somebody had to go through some shit to get in here. But yeah, I mean, like, how could you not question what your government tells you today? I was talking to somebody today about this. I'm like, you are literally supposed to. Somebody's been in here. You are supposed to. Hate your government. You're not supposed to support one way or the other. You're not supposed to support what your government says, does, thinks, any of that bullshit. This new age era, or this new age of, arguing and fighting over, who's the best tyrant is just, it's fucking unreal if you ask me. I don't get it. Maybe Paranoid Farmer can explain it to you. Oh shit. Glad it ain't the new one. I just got a new, this is my old one. I broke it and I got a new one. However, I haven't. And look, if you want to put up signs and you don't want them fuckers to ever come down, here's what you use. They're called GRK, I can't see now, RSS slugged structural screws. Got big ass heads on them, like monster heads compared to the screw. And they're like super screws. Talk. So Somebody has been where they shouldn't be. We don't like people going where they shouldn't be at. You know, it kills me about property is that even if it ain't my property, it kills me that people, they know what property is theirs and they know what property is not theirs. So why go on property that is not yours? What is the purpose? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they want to be doing some shit that they ain't supposed to be doing. Whether it be hunting or stealing timber. And that's a real thing down here. People will steal timber off the property down here. I was just out here and nobody had been back here. Just the other day. And somebody has been back here now, obviously, because there's tracks everywhere. So we're going to do this. And this ain't going to keep them out. However, if their body comes up missing, it won't be as big of a deal if you do this. Wow, look, I'm stuck on this little big rattlesnake. I'm gonna sit you down for a second. I'm gonna sit you right there. Maybe right there. You gonna stay there. Cover up all the stuff can't be seen. But I don't understand. Like, you're supposed to question, not only question, oh, that's a big one. There we go. You're supposed to do more than question your government. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to support it. Not like people do today, anyway. But you can't. It's that left versus right thing. You know what I mean? Where. And the funny thing about it is, it's not even about these clowns like Paranoid Farmer. Don't even. Well, maybe he does. He probably does because he's a bootlicker. He is the boot, but he also loves the boot. All right, let's roll. Next. Like he truly believes that his preferred form of tyranny is the way it's supposed to be. You know, he's a constitutionalist who loves Donald Trump after all the shit that Donald Trump did. Bump stock bans, banning free speech on public campuses about certain groups. You know, that the same people that happen to think that happen to give why that broke the gate down, bastards. Why wouldn't you fix it? I don't know. The same, you know, people across the water that believe they're in their holy land and they're wiping Palestinians out right now by the dozens as we speak. You know, it's not just the terrorist Palestinians. Oh, no. They're fucking wiping them all out. We're going to get rid of all these bitches. It's called honor killings, just like Obama did to that 16-year-old kid. They think that if we don't wipe them all out, they will be back to get vengeance at a later date. And they probably would. But would you blame them? I mean, if your family was off, I need you to come back here. If your family was off just because of what part of the world you happen to be, poison ivy, stay away. You happen to be born in, you wouldn't have a problem with that? I would. But anyway. No, if y'all, like I said last week, Biden was talking about his approval ratings in Israel. I should have told you all something a lot about who's really running this country. Another thing should really tell you something is, make fun of Biden all you want. That's fine. So now you know the president ain't the one really running the country, though. Right? That's not how they'll look at it, though. They'll look at it, the president just ain't the one running the country because it's Biden. If Trump was in office, he'd be running shit. No, bullshit. No. You got things fucked up. It's definitely not the president calling the shots of this country anymore. That time's long gone. Long gone. Oh, look here. Someone's been dragging shit off that pile. This ain't even mine to get mad about, but it pisses me off. Somebody's been in here. There's a big stack of white oak logs over here where this company did some, I don't know if you can see it. You see how big? Looks like a little hill back there. It's a pile of white oak logs. Some of them are 8, 10 feet, 12 long. It wasn't big enough for the guys to worry about that were out here logging, I guess. However, it does make for a great stack of firewood that we're going to come retrieve probably this coming week. Shut up. I know it's illegal. I'm an outlaw. We're going to get a mini X out here and drag all this, like, I don't know if you can see, like the top of that tree right there. There's a bunch of easy to get firewood out here, and we're going to take advantage of it and drag it all to the road and either throw it on a trailer and take it back to my place and get it off the trailer, which I haven't figured out how we're going to do that yet. I got to get another piece of equipment back over to my house, or we are going to cut it up on site, throw it on the trailer, stack it up, and that's it. Yeah. No, that ain't it. There's like 3 or 4 ways to get back here. I didn't bring enough signs. It's alright, we'll put one up right here. Just for good measure. Things look so different when the trees are all green. I don't know. You don't have to know us. You ain't even got to agree with us. We don't care. I'm out hanging up private property sign. My buddy owns a bunch of property out here, and somebody keeps going on it. And it's not like a little bit of property. I mean, if you happen across 550 acres that you didn't buy, chances are it ain't fucking yours. You know what I mean? Maybe this is it. This is an entrance to it. I forgot how many entrances there is out here. But this entrance is quite on the property, so we're going to go back here and put them where we know whose property's at. And when he bought the first 330 acres, I don't think so. It's not my business to tell, but I don't think he cares. So he bought 330 acres, and then he traded the timber off of that 330 for the 200 that adjoin it. I'll be back. I'll go put this right yonder real quick. Then I'm done. Put up signs so I can yak a little bit more. Hang on. drive back here, but you got to drive back about a mile just to have somewhere to turn around. It's all log road other than that. But it said it ain't even my property. It aggravates the fuck out of me that you know what's yours and what's not. I mean, let's be real. You don't just hop in any car at Walmart and hang on, and take off at it. Why? Because the car's not yours. Well, the same goes for land. If you didn't buy 550 acres, I mean, if you're the neighbor, you own the neighboring property, okay, you might occasionally walk onto it. But if you didn't buy any property out here, guess what? You don't own it. Stay the fuck away from it. We need to mark it all off. The law in Tennessee is I want to say it's every 100 yards or every 50 yards. You're supposed to have it marked. And what that legally does is that, so if I get caught on your trespass, your property in Tennessee, and it's not marked, you can call the police and they'll trespass me for the property. You have to go through that whole process. Then if you come back, it's a criminal trespass. Well, if you go on marked property, it's automatically a criminal trespass. Not to mention if you die, they don't make a big deal about it down here. And that has happened. For sure. But like, this, even this this pile of timber that was no good to logging the guys that cut the timber, it's just still worth a ton of money. And people just come down here and, act like it's laying there so they can just make use of what they want. Somebody broke this gate. This gate did open and close and shut and everything right. I don't know if it's the logging company that did it. I would think that if it was them, they would have fixed it. Or somebody else coming in and out. Probably somebody else coming in and out. But 550 acres is a lot of land, man. It took us 8 hours or something to walk the 330. Just the perimeter of it. I'd hate to know how long it would take us to walk all 5. I think it's actually 530. It's a lot. This dude out here he's building a big barndominium out here. I'll show it to you. And he had about $10,000 worth of tools stolen. Some fucking asshole that ain't smart enough to do corporate, any kind of corporate theft. They have to steal from the little man. Pricks. It's 2024. You gotta hustle, motherfuckers. It ain't gonna work. You gotta at least get a hustle that ain't fucking me. I don't know, but I think to say that if you think it was fake or, some people don't even, they think false flag means like fake in the sense like it didn't happen. There's that barndominium he's building. I don't know if you can see it. It's huge though. You could easily fit a semi in it. Somebody just walked up and stole $10,000 worth of tools. He had cameras. We posted pictures of the people, but the people who did it, ain't nobody I think he offered or $5,000 reward, $1,000 reward, which he never intended on paying him. He told me, he said, I ain't gonna pay anybody. Oh, no, that wasn't what he said. I'm sorry. He said he wasn't gonna call the law on him, which meant to me he was gonna handle his own way. He owes all that property back there. He owes $240, I think. But where that barndominium starts is on the southwest side of his property. And his property runs all the way to here and shoots up this road line. Then there's another way to get to the property up here, which I'm not going to show you. And you can also get the traps this other way. It's a lot of land. I mean, in total, there's so much land back there. There's a corporation that owns, I want to say it's like 700 acres or something. I forget the number, some stupid number. Some developer owns it. They'll never develop it though. In order to develop it, it would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars just in road improvements alone. I kind of need fuel, but I'm right now. I'm so lazy. I am not make it back out. going to take this thing, tear it apart, and tear the front end off of it. But I got a 6.0 transcord put in it, and I got a new upper and lower ball joints, new front end kit. What you got to do every time you put just about every time you put tires, I just go ahead and do it and get it over with. Not the ball joints, the tie rod ends, inner and outer tie rod ends, or tie rod ends, drag links, shit like that. You don't have to do upper and lower ball joints every time. It's like people go lifetime in trucks without doing them. They need them done, they just don't ever do them. But I'm gonna go ahead and do these because they're pretty sloppy. Can't afford to lose the knuckle. Driving down the interstate at 70 miles an hour. That'd be shitty. But if that was Trump and it happened to Trump, like motherfuckers would send him money by the handfuls, fistfuls of money that they can't afford. Because he's the bestest president ever we had in the United States of America. Where you're free to do as you're told, and if you don't pay the government its lease on your property, its taxes, the king's ransom, they have made it legal for them to steal from you. And that makes it legit because government says so. Just like government said it could take your rights. So that makes it legit. And it will take your rights that it didn't give you, that are unalienable, inalienable, depending on how you want to use it. No matter how you use the term, go look it up before you use it. Kind of like martyr. Zombie Fairy said that Trump is a living martyr. You fucking idiot. Go look at the definition of martyr. Included in that would be a death. So you can come down there and buy 100 acres for, for $800 an acre. You can buy, 300 acres, $600 or $700 an acre. Same for 500 acres, depending on if it's developed. Kind of property it is. Happens is mostly just raw property. It's fucking awesome though. I love it. If I just had an air conditioner out there, I would live out there. I would live out there and just pay. I love it. Just being away from everybody, man. On the cabin all day, every day. Out, you go outside, shoot guns. You out there playing. Nobody would bother you. Shit, maybe that's a lucrative venture. Rent the company to gay cops and robbers. What do you think? It's way darker here than my phone makes it look like. It's dark here. There's a little light over the horizon off to your left, but nothing like this camera makes it look like the camera. I'm gonna leave my headlights on. We're going to do some work on the truck. I don't know. I need to get it done. I need to get tires on it. The last set of tires I put on this thing, man, I wish I'd have wrote the mileage down. I got 275, so I got, was it 60,000 or 40,000 out of the first set? That put me at 225. So I've got 40,000 out of these, more than 40,000. I've ran the shit out of them. And I paid half the cost of what the old tires cost me. Now they did wear a lot faster because they're mud terrains, but I can't decide if I want to put tires on it right now or rebuild the front and rear. It needs new clutches in the front and rear end. The rear end is no longer a posi unit because some dipshit didn't put. You got to put an additive in the lube when you put them out, when you put fluids in these rear ends. And if you don't, it burns the clutches up in them. And it's a friction additive. But somebody told me, which I don't know how true it is, that if I went ahead and put the additive in it, there's a chance that it could, they could start working. I highly doubt it. I mean, I put 100,000 miles on this truck in the last year and 2 years, 2.5 years. So I highly doubt it. So they probably just need to rebuild. Well, I can't park in my place because the mice like to make it a house. They've been doing working diligently to kill every one of those fuckers. We even got a second cat. I think we're going to talk and they'll let them outside. We're going to play outside and catch some mice. What's up, Jay Watterson? You almost missed it? Yeah, you sure did this time, so I'm about to get off here. No bonfires tonight. I'm working on the bonfire. I gotta get the Mini X. I was just talking about that. Probably next week, week after. Because we're gonna do get firewood. We got some access to a bunch of easy firewood. It's all white oak. It's always sitting there. So I'm gonna Mini X and drag it all out to the road, pile it up, probably cut it up on the spot, move it, or if I get another piece of equipment over at my house and drag it off the trailer, then we'll load limbs up and bring it over here and drag it off the trailer. What's up, Rick James? How you doing, man? We need to. Rick James just reminded me of something totally off topic. The terminology we use dictates a lot of what's going on. RPM Trade Vietnam says pretty good about, you made the undebatable debatable. There's no debate because of rights. You go as far, I say I've had quote unquote pro 2A, Second Amendment, pro rights, whatever you want to call them, people, specifically the Kill to Texas made a video about me, where I said that the murderer has the right to keep and bear the very arms they murder with. They don't have the right to murder. People are so removed from reality that they don't understand what I'm saying when I say that. Meaning, he has the right to have the firearm he uses to kill with as he's using it to kill. He does not have the right to kill. Two separate issues. But as a society, we've been tricked and convinced and played into believing that it's one issue when it's not. It's two completely different subjects. One not being debatable at all. The other being completely immoral and you shouldn't do. But you can't tell people nothing because they know everything. Ask Paranoid Farmer. He'll tell you. Sorry, I got to take a break. I hate saying it, but and I'm set to inform you and admit this. Addiction got a hold of me again, and I tried to wean myself off of it. And I did really good. And I almost got to a complete stop again. And which I'll put something in because it makes you thirstier. Like legit, the sugar makes you thirstier. But there's something that tastes so good about it. You're like, I have to have one. I tried Diet Mountain. That's just nasty. Oh wait, I ain't got no fuel. I'm probably gonna go here back home. As long as I make home, all that matters. Right now, anyway. I'll be saying that when I run out of fuel right down the road. I don't know. And then look at what Trump. I'm all over the place. Look at the Trump raising his hand and saying fight as he's going off the stage. How do you think that's going to be interpreted by some people? And then will him saying that be used? Some crazy Trump guy goes and shoots at somebody, or they find out he's a crazy Trump fool. Is he going to used against him? Because what I think, they all know they're sending you motherfuckers on a dummy mission. For those of you who don't know what a dummy mission is, it's like, some bad shit's going to happen, but you still want something done, so you send the W. And somebody else had said that too. And you know what? If you look at, I'm telling you, look at those pictures. Listen, man, I call bullshit. I'm just saying that's my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right about that. I call bullshit though. I thought about doing a live stream and taking a razor and cutting my ear with a 30 seconds pressure, no shot, don't use any of that quick clot because of the trash. Because they literally have to cut out every piece of tissue that has quick clot on it. But I'm gonna jump off here. Low fuel lights came on. My phone's about to lose you off as soon as I walk in here. So I gotta get my fix. Well, I gotta get my Mountain Dew. I gotta have a fix. The old Dollar General. They're putting one of these up everywhere within walking distance of where there's an EBT car. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay away from Popo because you will die. Yeah, I definitely think it's bullshit, man. I'm sorry. Head wounds bleed, especially like I said earlier. Any man that has, um, like I get hair that grows in my ear, and I'll take a razor and cut it, and I've nicked that, and dude, it will not stop bleeding. I don't care how much pressure you put on it, whatever, it will not stop bleeding. And like this, the whole look of it just doesn't look. Tell me how his ears covered in blood. There's his ears all still there. There's no holes in it. He don't look like Evander Holyfield where he's missing a chunk or nothing. Blood, blood. Then there's a light streak of blood that gets darker, 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 and the same right here. Fuck you. Um, Wasn't calling y'all bitches. Talking to people like Paranoid Farmer. Later.